If you are a head chef in a restaurant, you are unlikely to introduce a new dish to the menu without preparing it in advance and taste testing it with a small group. You'd want to make sure it meets the expectations in taste, presentation, and execution before you serve it to your guests. Similarly, as an actor or an actress, you wouldn't step onto the stage without a dress rehearsal and costumes, and it's a full set of scenery and lighting. Just like I did before recording this video, I rehearsed it in front of the mirror. That's exactly what creating and testing prototypes is all about. It's like a dress rehearsal, preparing and testing before we finalize our design. It's also one of the most exciting and engaging phases of the design process. It's where ideas are tested, flaws are uncovered, and innovations are born. Interested? Let's dive in for more. Prototyping is a crucial stage in project work. The method, known as rapid prototyping, which I'll introduce today, allows us to test fundamental assumptions using a rough representation of our idea. Students shouldn't spend too much time refining the prototype. Instead, their main task is to quickly develop multiple versions of the solution, to test with their target audience, and to learn from mistakes. Prototypes at this stage enable exploration of different directions without becoming overly committed to one solution early on. They're meant to facilitate creating an experience and to elicit reactions. It allows us to experiment, iterate, and improve. This phase isn't about identifying what doesn't work. It's about discovering what does and making it even better. Creating prototypes is a lot of fun because it invites experimentation and creativity. This phase is extremely hands-on. You're not just sitting at a desk theorizing, you're building, testing, and playing with your ideas. Prototyping is the playground of project design. What will you need? You'll want a variety of creative building materials. Prototype kits should include a range of items such as paper, colored sheets, sticky notes, crepe paper, markers, cardboard, tape, glue and scissors, wooden sticks, craft wire, modeling clay, yarn, fabric scarps, and any other supplies suitable for model making. Students can use drawing, cardboard, papier-mâché, dough, clay, Lego bricks, origami, or even pasta to construct their prototypes. An important principle is to use materials that are readily available, preferably recycled ones. Prototyping is about hands-on thinking. It should be quick and cost-effective. Therefore, don't spend too much time overthinking. Just dive in and start building. Simply picking up materials should help overcome any creative blocks. You can inspire young imaginations by showing them diverse examples of prototypes created using various methods. For instance, demonstrate different interpretations of the same concept. When developing prototypes, it's easy to fall into the trap of perfectionism. However, it's not worth spending excessive time refining a prototype. Sometimes, less is more. As the great inventor and creator Leonardo da Vinci once said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Our goal isn't to create a perfect product ready to hit the store shelves. The primary purpose of this project phase is idea refinement. We create prototypes to showcase how our product or service will work. It's a tangible representation or simulation of a product to demonstrate its functionality and draw out user feedback. That's why it's important not to become too attached to any one prototype, as some projects may require multiple iterations. There are many prototyping methods. One of the most commonly used are storyboards. It's a series of drawings with notes and descriptions, commonly used to illustrate the sequence of events in advertising and filmmaking. You can also do sketches, rough general drawings depicting an idea. Students can also try role plays, acting out scenarios to showcase how people interact with each other within the solution. Mock-ups or models, basic or detailed visual or physical representations of the product, also frequently serve as prototypes. And then there are mood boards. This method is commonly used in fashion, interior design, or marketing. It is usually a collage of images, colors, fabrics, and other visual elements to convey the aesthetics and the general mood of a project. For refining and consulting on ideas, such as planning a school Christmas market, students should select methods based on their objectives. They might sketch stall layouts to show the general arrangement of the space. This would help to ensure smooth movement and accessibility for all, including, for example, wheelchair users. They may create mood boards to show aesthetic direction, conduct role plays to enhance customer experience, or they could organize cookie tasting sessions if their goal was to select the products that are most popular and have the greatest sales potential. Drafting event posters or flyers, on the other hand, is a good solution for testing promotional campaigns. It is crucial for students to prioritize the user experience, built with the user in mind. What behaviors are they testing? What questions are they seeking to answer? Once prototypes are created, the next step is testing them with end users to gather feedback and improve the design. User testing means letting the target audience interact with the prototype and elicit feedback. Once there is a prototype, a user does no longer need to imagine the solution. It becomes more obvious to them, and they are able to provide better feedback. Students can use feedback questionnaires to record comments given by the testers. If possible, encourage the teams to record the feedback they receive in the form of video shot on their phones. Key questions during feedback sessions are: does the prototype help the user understand the solution proposed? Do you have suggestions for us to improve the prototype? Does the prototype help you decide if you want to use this solution? Do you have suggestions for us to improve the overall solution? Remember, even the most meticulously crafted prototype needs context for effective testing. Testing scenarios should be carefully planned and replicate real-world conditions relevant to the project. So if the project is a new dish, the testing venue should be a restaurant or a school canteen. If we are rehearsing a performance, it should take place on a stage. If we are working on a charity event for shelter animals, it's important to test the solutions in the real conditions of the chosen shelter. This would provide an opportunity to observe the animal's behavior, but also to talk to the animal caretakers. Prototyping and gathering feedback from users is a bit like trying on an outfit. You can, of course, sew it by eye, but it's only after the fitting that you know it's well tailored, that it will be comfortable, close-fitting, and achieving the designed effect.